top 5 Mon that'll be great to commit crimes with. And for some reason, my mind went straight to like, what if you beat him to death with a Magikarp? All right, let's do honorable mentions first. Magikarp, obviously, after that. Rotom, get like an evil Rotom. If you have an evil Rotom, you can probably take over the planet. That's like an AI. Like, Pokemon are interesting creatures. There are so many crimes like you can commit. It would be even worse if Pokemon existed. That's robbery right there. You can just threaten somebody with a Machamp. Give me everything you have, or he's gonna send you to space. Like, it's just that simple. Number 5, Alakazam. If you know about Alakazam, or if you read his Pokemon entry, it's extremely smart, it's creepy, it has hands, and it has spoons for some reason. I don't think they explain the spoons, but the point is, not only can it teleport in and out of everywhere, but it has an extremely high IQ. Like, they literally have like 1,000 IQ or something like that. So you're pretty much gonna get away with whatever. Let's say you're trying to rob a bank with Alakazam, right? Let's say you and this Alakazam, y'all both got on ski masks, and you're going to commit various acts of crime, but you're gonna start with bank robbery. You're in this bank and you're about to rob it. The Alakazam already has the mask on. He can literally, don't Alakazam, no, that was about to say, that's Drowsy. Drowsy does the mind control thing. I thought that was, they're pretty similar, but I was like, well, can't you just like hypnotize? Tell it like, hey, listen, I need you to go in the bank, find out wherever the money is, and then just teleport to it and then bring it back. Honestly, if you have an Alakazam, you shouldn't need to rob a bank, bro. Just ask it for like a business idea. It's that simple. Just ask it for a business idea. Number 5 is Alakazam. Pull up on the bank teller, threaten to use Psychic on them, and if they don't comply, use Psychic on them, get the money, and then you can just teleport home or teleport wherever else, because Alakazam, we're gone. Number 4, Gengar. Same deal. But what I would do with Gengar is a little bit different. All right, I'm at the house, I get a ring on the doorbell. It's the Amazon package with Gengar Shiesty, and I had to order it custom, a 20X. So it literally covers his whole body because, you know, his face is his body. So he puts that on. And the only thing I want is like, let's say the Mona Lisa. Yeah, let's say I want to see the Mona Lisa with Gengar. You know what I would do? Most people would think, oh, are you going to what? Walk in with Gengar and use Shadow Ball and everything? No, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm gonna do? He's gonna have his mask on, and then he's gonna like void into the floor or whatever he does, like a shot, like boom. I'm gonna have him shut all the lights off, literally, just like torture everybody to the point where they are horrified because they don't know what's going on. And I'm gonna just walk through. I'm gonna grab the Mona Lisa. I'm gonna take it off the wall, walk out. All right, let's go. I'm just gonna leave everybody alone. And when the lights come back on, everybody will quite literally be in the fetal position. Like literally, I'm just gonna have him give everybody nightmares until it's time to go. Would you look at that? Yeah, I would make Gengar bring out the worst fears in people. He would get into the minds of people. That's how I would use Gengar. Number 3, this is where it starts to get a little more sinister. This is where you really start to question my morality. Zoroark. Now, Zoroark has 2 forms. The first form of it is actually like pretty nice. It's pretty clean. But the second form, that's where the problem starts. It can basically shapeshift. If you're not careful, Zoroark can literally turn into like your mom or your best friend or somebody like that, and you wouldn't know the difference. Zoroark is a horrifying Pokemon because if you're in a region where they're like prominent, or if you're in an area where they're prominent, that's literally a horror story because it will pretend to be, if it's hungry too, it'll pretend to be like your best friend or something like that in an attempt to eat you. Like, let's say a CEO. Yeah, let's say a CEO. Random, we all have our favorite CEOs. I don't hate anything. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate any CEOs. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's say there's a CEO. This guy's making a lot of money, but for whatever odd reason, my Zoroark decided to evolve while I went to go use the bathroom last night. And then I got up to make a bowl of cereal, and he was just evolving in the living room. I don't know why he did it, but he did. It was all from a Zora to a Zoroark. So now I'm looking at this 9-foot tall dragon fox demon that's like black and I'm like, you know, we should go be rich. Why are we here? Why are we here eating a bowl of cereal? And it's just like, because, you know, it loves me because it evolved, because that's how Pokemon evolve, like either through love or like extreme hate. I do mine through love. You have your own methods. It is what it is. Anyway, so the Zoroark, as it's walking around and it's roaming around, I'm going to tell it, study these people extremely well. And I'm also going to have it listen to their voices wherever I can find the clips. Then I'm going to have the Zoroark go and find other Zoroark. Find the CEO's building or whatever. There's the receptionist lady. She's not going to let me in. Tell Alakazam, yeah, get psychic. She flies through the wall. I have Gengar shut off the power. He's giving everybody nightmares. I have all the Zoroark turn into basically his whole family. Everybody he knows or loves dearly, his wife, all that. They turn into his whole family, right? He's like, oh, what's going on? And then it's just me there for some reason, right? I'm very out of place, but I'm there, and I have his whole family with me. You're gonna make me rich, or I'm gonna make all your family jump out the window. He's gonna think I'm like some crazy Pokemon trainer, like I'm like an evil red. Like I'm just like the leader of an organization, basically, right? The glass is just gonna break for some reason. I don't know why. squad. Maybe I'll have Alakazam use Sidekick. All the glass in that very tall building that all CEOs have is gonna break, and then I'm gonna basically pretend to like have mind control over his family, but it's really just me controlling the Zoroark. I'm gonna have him jump off the building if he doesn't. So obviously she has a strong mind, right? He's a CEO. He's a strong mind. His 7-year-old son, yeah, hop off the building, and he goes and he runs, right? And then as he runs, he starts panicking, and then he starts crying. Then I have the rest of his family go right after. So now everybody he knows or whoever he loves, they're now falling. I had Alakazam have all its Pokeballs. So when the Zoroarks fall, they're just gonna fall, and then he's gonna basically like catch them as they fall back into their Pokeball so they don't get hurt. So now, listen, you're gonna give me all your money, or else I'm gonna send this last person off. It's gonna be like his daughter or something. I'm gonna keep like one Zoroark. You know, he's gonna give me all his money, and then he's gonna have nightmares for the rest of his life. And then after all the money's transferred, and I look at it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's all there. Gengar, give him nightmares for about 30 more minutes. That's one way to change somebody's heart. You don't need the Phantom Thieves. Just pull up with 3 different Pokemon and that's it. But that's also how powerful Pokemon are. Like, you can literally, everything I just said is possible with like 3 types of Pokemon. Number 2 is Hoopa. Now, Hoopa is extremely useful. Yeah, oh, Origin Form. Oh my god. I forgot about Origin Form. I'm thinking of the cute one, right? The one that has like the rings on his horns. Bro, Origin Form Hoopa is a problem. In the movie, here's some context, by the way, if you don't really know what Hoopa is. Hoopa is like this like genie Pokemon, but it has rings, and the rings can like make things teleport and appear. Hoopa woke up from its bottle or whatever and called forth every single legendary Pokemon it could. Called them to one area to box and won. So what I would do with Hoopa, let's say I got the small one, right? The small one. I would commit very petty crimes with this Hoopa. I would find like an extremely well-known donut shop, and then every time somebody's not looking, I'm literally just sitting in my bed like this. I'll be like, listen, we're gonna go rob a bakery today. And it's gonna be like, okay, and then because it speaks. But yeah, that's what I would do. So I would just chill, have it like rob random bakeries. I still wouldn't steal from Walmart. I don't steal from because everybody's doing that. If I'm gonna do something that like, if I'm gonna commit a crime with a Pokemon, it has to be something that nobody else is doing. I'm not gonna use a Hoopa to steal from Walmart. You can just steal from a bakery or something like that. The only downside of Hoopa is that it can't go through its own portal. So like it can like grab stuff, sure, but it can't itself go through it because then, you know, I think they had to nerf it somehow because it would be extremely broken if it could. Another thing, it just knows where like stuff is, because in the movie it did the same thing. So it'll just know if you say, you don't have to steal. You can just be like, oh, tell me where is like a bunch of like random loose money flying around, and then it'll be like, huh, let me think, and then it'll go through and just start grabbing hundreds from somewhere. Like the getaway Pokemon, you never get caught. You would never. You can just go rob a bank normal, like old school style, whatever. Like when banks used to have all the money behind like a big vault. And then just like hop. You can just hop through a portal into the vault, grab all the stuff, and hop out through the portal again, and then it's gone. Like, all right, and the last Pokemon, and that Pokemon is Ditto. A Ditto can go from me to you to your mom to your dog to a backpack. It can literally turn into anything. Literally, a Ditto can turn into like a chair. It's like prop hunt, like. But yeah, a Ditto can turn into quite literally anything. So it's more of like a troll. The first few were serious. These last 2, they're pretty much like trollish type Pokemon, but it's still creepy. Oh my! I just realized something. Not only Ditto, but let's say we're in a normal like world, right? Pokemon, it's not going to be in like the show where you just find all these extremely good and legendary Pokemon around. So we're going to assume that legendaries are actually legendary, mythical are actually mythical. Like it's actually extremely hard to find. You a government is going to have this Pokemon before you have it. We're going to assume that, right? Imagine you're the only one within like your city that has a Ditto, and you have your Ditto turn into like Rayquaza or something. You're sitting on top of a Rayquaza, right? And you have your whatever, your point. This I would use this even though it doesn't work. I bet, listen, I need everything in this building. I need it all. I have like a megaphone. I need it all right now, or else I will have Rayquaza Hyper Beam this side of the planet. So if you had those 5 Pokemon, there is no crime you can't commit. You can win wars with those Pokemon alone. Which I wouldn't do this for no reason. If I'm coming at you, that's the type of person I am. If I'm coming at you, you did something. I'm not the guy that goes and just starts stuff. So if I'm coming at you and I come at you with all these Pokemon and I need all 5, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.